Alright, so we got the fan blowing. Try not to be too distracted, right? Hey, it's me, Jacob Evans, Pickles. We're one second, let me make sure I got sound. We're gonna do the same thing we always do, you know. Today, I was feeling something, you know. I didn't know what it was. Actually, I do know what it was, but it's hard for me to describe because my shit's all fucked up, right? When we look at that. Why is my shit all fucked up? I'm not sure. Well, I did, you know. I don't want to like say too much, right? Because shit gets like weird and whack, right? And people are like, I don't understand what's going on. It's like I don't understand what's going on either. Well, I do know. I know exactly what's going on. But sometimes we gotta take a step back, right? We really gotta start from the bottom, you know, ground level. Because we really gotta start from, God, I'm not really attractive. Ground level. Has anybody else ever noticed that? That I'm like super mega attractive. Probably like the most attractive guy ever. I spend a lot of time preparing and working on preparation, right? Graphic preparation prevents poor performance. Okay, so I got some show and tell, right? I have these wood planks. It's flooring, wood flooring, and I have two different samples here. I have a big one and a little one, and then I have, you know, this is magnificent. This is a magnificent piece. I don't know what kind of wood it is, but it's wonderful. Do you like it? See that grain? Wonderful grain. It's because this is compressed particle board laminated on top. We put some of the I forgot what this stuff's called, the floor insulation on the bottom there. Then if you just look at the thickness, right, you can just see the difference. Obviously, this is a much more affordable product. This I really enjoyed this. It was really nice. Bottom side, you can just like, oh, it's so smooth. It is so smooth. I don't know how I want to, because obviously, if you can tell, you know, it's just cement, right? Just a cement floor, you know. It's kind of lame, kind of weak, and I really want to add some nice acoustics to the room, right? You know, really bring out that sound, get that smooth, milky tone, right? And I just love this. I could like hold this all day. It's just a piece of wood. It's one solid piece of wood. I got cut and routed, and now it's just wonderful. I want to know what it is. It's probably what's that Gemini? Maybe Gemini can have it. C'est la vie. C'est la vie. So, you know, I did my classic 9 to 5. It was pretty easy. It was super chill. I spent most of the day thinking about hell yeah, man, sounds good. I appreciate that. I love games. I will add you here in a little bit. Right now I'm doing a little show and tell with my wood flooring. Can you guys see my wood? What kind of wood is this? Question mark. It appears to be cherry or high quality mahogany. Or sapele. Since I can't feel the weight or smell the wood, you can try these. If you smell a small, inconspicuous spot, cherry has a faint, sweet smell. Mahogany tends to have more spicy or earthy scent. If it leaves a deep dent easily, it might be a soft stain wood. If it resists, it's definitely hard. This is very hard. There is there's no pressure on that. Okay, so cherry will have small, nearly invisible pores, where mahogany will have visible pores that look like tiny pinpricks. If you can see the end of the board, I do see the end of the board. Definitely cherry. Actually, I don't know, what do you think? Mahogany. I would say they are kind of... Because they're definitely very visible. I suppose they're open. Yeah, definitely spicy. Definitely spicy. Alright, so it's mahogany. That's not cherry, but good piece of wood nevertheless. I can make a guitar out of this. I do love it though. It's so heavy. It's just... there's about... we got like 10 pieces like this, and then we have like 8-ish pieces that are like twice this length, and then we have a bunch of like smaller pieces. Picked it up from the restore. They're all in excellent condition. There's virtually no scratches, no dents on this. God damn, that's sexy. And then this is some sort of particle board. This one has a Pergo liner of sorts. I forgot what this stuff does. I want to say it's like an insulation thing. Let me Google it real quick. Pergo fluorine. Let's just see what comes up. No. Jesus. Okay, let's do it like this. Of this floor board, I spelled board, B-O-A-R-D, there we go. Question mark, it's a Pergo thing, question mark. This confirms you have, rather than that Tage band material is the attached underlayment pad to provide sound dampening and moisture protection. So you don't have to roll out a separate foam layer during installation. Well, okay, so that's what that is. This one has, isn't that weird? A little different. We were trying different stuff, right? Although these seem like one of these is a lot thicker than the other piece. It's kind of weird. Maybe they're two different. I think they're two different models, perhaps? Or I wonder if this one has or is that's just the bottom, isn't it? That's just like the finish. Hold on, we got more. Let me see. Actually, I have an entire stack. Do you think they're probably different lines or models, perhaps, right? Of the same thing. You can really see the when you look at that, you can really see the layers there. Let's see if it brings it up. Kind of. I want to scratch. I want to know what's on the back of this. I know it shouldn't, but this is just a spare piece. It's not part of the floor plan. Well, it's good for like corners and stuff, but I know I'm kind of ruining it, but it's like we got like literally like an entire palette of this stuff. Alright, see, when we look at the back of this, there we go. It's like particle boardy. Alright, hold on, let me spin it this way. Not sure what that blue line is. Looks like a... We might have... Oh, because we had to... Because the basement flooded, right? So we had to pull all the flooring up. I need to get some drain snakes. Not a singular drain snake. One of those, like, drilly ones. Because the one we got a little one, but it's like, that's not really, like, effective for, like, the drain. You know, most basements have, like, a drain, right? Not really that effective, right? And, the only reason... Because I was thinking about this, right, and I was like, there's like a fundamental problem with our basement flooding while also having two sump pumps, right? So electricity goes out, sump pumps go out. We need to get one of the sumps re-operational because the box, or so, it's like old as balls, right? And it's just not working anymore. Because it does have a backup battery that can pump can do mad work. It can fucking tens of thousands of gallons of water, so something like that. It's probably like 10K, I want to say. But we had to get that re-operational. The other one just runs off. Does not have a backup. I want to set up a backup on it, but we need to the way it's like piped, quote unquote, is very because the sump pump itself does not have an extra like connector to connect it to a battery, right? Backup battery. So I'm gonna watch on upside down. So if we wanted to add use a backup battery so if the power goes out, we'd still pump, right? We have to essentially put a second sump pump on top of it, attach that one to the battery, and then when it goes up so high, the second one will activate. But to connect it, it like latches on to the piping of the first one, right? And it just doesn't. It can't support the weight. So I want to figure out a way to like bracket, brace, or something along those lines. But right now I'm working on the shed. The shed's kind of my big project. Because the wind ripped the roof off of it, right? And I've been dismantling it, and I was trying to build a frame for it, right? Using some 2x4s we have chilling about, but I think that's a waste of time, and I should probably just tear the whole thing down because the flooring is just kind of rotting out. So it's like, no point in, like, you gotta have a strong foundation. If you don't have a strong foundation, whatever you're building up, it just doesn't really gonna work out right. As you guys didn't know, see the drip, custom Seiko, Jubilee bracelet. But yeah, is there something going on about it? Oh yeah, so the flooring we had to pull up. Because the drains weren't draining, right? But the city was not flooded, right? So the water should still flow, right? Which makes sense, right? So I also stuck a hose in there, and when it like fills up and it doesn't, drain very quickly. So I want to get some those big drain sinks that are like, and just blast that bitch open. I think it would work really well. I'm pretty good with them too. I really enjoy using them. I really enjoy using them actually. But yeah, so even unless the city floods, which would be really hard for where we are in the Des Moines area because the river isn't anywhere near us and we're on top of a hill, so it all runs down. So if our power went out, it would, even if the sump overflowed, it would just flow into the drain off, right? At least that's what I would think, right? Seems like a logical thing, right? And then we wouldn't have to worry about the flooring. Oh, it's an old house, needs a little attention here and there. But that's the idea, right? Well, I've been going through and hitting it with some quick shine, keeping it nice, because I just enjoy flooring for some reason. It's interesting. I keep these. Yeah, isn't it just fun? I don't know. It's weird. It's fun. Alright, so now that we got the flooring out the way, I guess we'll just go straight into the guitar, because that's really all I wanted to do. I got off work today, and I was like, just want to play my guitar. My floor is a little grungy. I need to vacuum it up, but I'll worry about that later. I need to get another better speaker, right? Or maybe, I don't know, like what would add value to my stream, right? Like what do people come here for? Why do we do anything, right? Why do we ask questions? Oh no, I gotta take a piss. I'll worry about that later. And then, like, okay, so yeah, what I was thinking, we could get some flooring in here, right? And then we get some of those sound panels, right? And get the flooring, get the sound panels, we panel up out over there, we panel up the bottom of the, obviously about this. I need to repaint all this again. It's kind of peeling in some points, but it doesn't, there's no leakage, there's no like, really wet or anything. It's just from when the basement flooded. I kind of want to. I don't really even feel like repainting the walls. I feel like the drywall's fine. We need to do something about the lights, the inlet lights in the ceiling are I hate overhead lighting. Do we want any treble today, or do we just go pure bass? I hate treble. Treble's stupid. I know, like, my guitar is like a treble instrument, but I don't like it. Yesterday, and I think we're kind of just gonna do the same. I don't know my glasses. Is my hat? Must be my hat. Also, wait, should we do covers first? We should probably do some covers first. I also wanted to do a Hybrid Theory vocal showcase, right? I feel like that'd be a lot of fun. I don't have a monitor though, so I don't know how it would sound. But, you know, sometimes you just gotta do stuff, right? You can't really, like, think too much about it. I was scared of dentists and the dark. Dentists. Alright. I don't know why I'm lisping. I was scared of dentists and the dark. Oh, I was scared of pretty girls and starting conversations. All my friends are turning green. You're the magician's apprentice in their dreams. Enunciation. Sometimes my words get stuck in my mouth and it's like I'm talking with peanut butter. Like, yesterday I definitely, like, there's a few things I tried to say performance, right? And I did not say performance, I said, like, not performance. It was definitely, are humans capable of sending and receiving data? I said yes. I was like, well, that's everything I need to know. Gemini, Google AI. Very useful tool, very wonderful assistant. If you've seen any of my previous streams, I like to sit down and chat with it. We did history yesterday, and I got to learn about the the Russia-Ukraine, thing going on. So I was like, why are they so grouchy? I've been doing weird grouchy shit for a while now, right? And it's because, years ago, Ukraine was part of the USSR, the United Soviet Russian Revolution. Don't quote me on that. I think I'm totally off. But it was, the original motherland, right? And Ukraine didn't defect and annexed itself, or the USSR dissolved. I can't remember exactly, but essentially they were no longer a part of the USSR. And then it was Russia and Ukraine, right? And then in So in 1991, Ukraine was freed from the USSR. And then, in 2013, 2014, they were having a trade deal negotiated, and the current president was pro-Russia, right? And he pulled out of the deal with the European Union and defected to Russia. Seems a little cheeky. It sounds like some op was going on. Maybe he was a secret agent from Russia, right? And he was sent in to destabilize and cause propaganda. Just thought, right? Because why would he do that? And then from there, there was a series of conflicts and rebels and people being grouches all the time. And then Russia, in 2022, right, did a full-scale invasion. Which is kind of the first time in history Russia's ever launched a aggressive assault. Normally they act in defense. World War I, World War II, they were both either defending allies or defending themselves. But I think they opt Ukraine a little bit, Or before that president, I can't remember his name, he was definitely, working with Russian intelligence per se. This is me just speaking out my ass a little bit. But if I had to guess, right? If I really thought about it, Why else? Because why else would? Does Russia just hate the EU? Which I could not really understand. I can see why they would hate, Germany, right? But, Germany isn't Germany anymore. They should change their fucking name, shouldn't they? Or like Kobe going from 8 to 24, Or are they still just grouchy all the time? I can't imagine they want to promote, violence or aggression in any way. Are they still paying off, war debt? Shit's kind of suck, Can Europe just unite under, Europe and then use federalism, right? So I think federalism is like the best thing that's ever happened. You know, I know like that's a really like nuanced or really maybe like a weird idea perhaps, but I just can't imagine like that's why Rome split in two. Well, that's not why Rome split in two, but they split in two because they couldn't communicate, right? But now we can send a message across the world and back in like less than a second, right? It's like there's no reason, you know, and it would give people jobs, you know, like what's your job? Oh, I just talk to countries and shit. I have like all these like reports, right, that I do daily. Or we like literally have AI to run logistics, you know, it can't be like... Or we go even further with federalism, right, and not just go from country, like federal level stuff and state, then like we like in the like that happens, right, like like there's like 99 counties in Iowa, right, and it's like what the hell. You know, we need more state-based, local-based, you know, powers. And it's like, you know, I think, obviously, there's like certain acts of atrocity, certain heinous crimes that should just be like, it's pretty like obvious, you know, like what not to do, right? Like it's that difficult, you know, ever like look at the Bible or go to church. I went to church a few times. I've been meaning to get back, you know, meet up with them. I want to ask them some questions, you know, I have some confessions to make. Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. Oh, I got like some shit on my shirt. I'm still in my work clothes again. I didn't feel like changing. That wasn't anything like too bad, you know. It wasn't like heinous atrocities. What does a heinous atrocity entail? Well, if you ever have to like clean up a mess, it's probably, you know, pretty bad. Unless like, because if they can still clean, if they can still clean it up, it's probably not that bad, you know. But if you have to clean it up because you fucking killed them, well, you know, that's probably a problem. Obviously, there's like, well, what about self-defense? And like, what do you think about self-defense? Did I say I was a lawmaker? Castle doctrine, stand your ground, right to bear arms, like. What's the difference between manslaughter and murder? One's, you know, I accidentally did it, right? No, I've never committed either. That'd be bad. I'm not a bad person. Say heinous atrocities one more time. We all know what a heinous atrocity is, you know. If you have to ask, you should probably like read a book. You know, and if you just want to poke holes in my argument, you know, just draw me or trigger me, you know, we can do that all day. But, you know, I like to have fun. You know, I like to give my 2 cents. I was reading Reddit today, right? Just, the cultured man's place to get news. It used to be cool, Reddit used to be way cool. I used to enjoy Reddit a lot. But I no longer enjoy Reddit a lot. Too much gooner bait. Too much just nonsense. It's nobody gives a shit about this. What happened to all the long form discussions about nuanced topics? Whatever happened to giving a shit? I should just read real news sites, but it's I don't want to pay for it. But I guess I will pay for it because I need to know real news, because I don't want to be misinformed and I don't want to support local terrorism. I don't know what that means either. Will not negotiate with terrorists, and I think Barack Obama was the best president ever. Oh yeah, I was looking at why is our debt so high? Don't we have a literal businessman in office? Why is he choking up on the debt? We should have no debt. You should leave foreign affairs to Congress, or have a cabinet, which he has, right? Because he doesn't know jack shit about negotiating with, foreign countries. How the fuck would he? Has he ever been to a foreign country? Has he ever lived in a third world developing country? Has he ever, spent a day shitting in a fucking bucket? Probably not. How the fuck would he know jack shit about squat? Stick to your Excel spreadsheets. Get your shit done. It's fucking pathetic, dude. $40 trillion. What we could do with $40 trillion? We just buy out a country. Does he even know, Arabic? Does he even know what that word means, Does he understand that there's, more than one form of Muslim, or what they fight for, or why they're, so distressed, or, why honestly deploying our military to handle such a minor inconvenience is just making us look bad, and it's off it can they could do something and all of a sudden we're out war carriers, right? And they would do it just to fucking do it because they hate our guts, they don't give a shit that at the end of the day it's gonna cost them repercussions because they don't have any money, they don't have a goddamn thing, they have nothing to fucking lose. I want to ask if he knows the differences between the sex, but I do not know the differences either. I used to. And then they could even just what they could straight up do, it was not even Iran, fucking Saudi Arabia, Iraq, what else is down there? Lebanon, whatever. It wouldn't even have to be that, because think of how World War I started. Because a Serbian nationalist, who was not even part of a real political party, he was actually not annexed, but he just called himself something. That's like me calling myself a Democrat and then going out and committing atrocities in the name of the Democratic Party, right? But it's you're not a Democrat. You were just saying that to trigger people, right? You could just have a rogue group of terrorists run up, sink 4 of our carriers, and then what do? And then what do we do then? Nuke the shit out of them? Oh yeah, dude, that's a great fucking idea. And even if you blasted them, you know, all the way back to Kingdom Come, it's like, well, they're, you know, we could be getting oil or uranium or like, I know, like, I don't know what other natural resources are there, but I know they are, and they exist, right? And if not, why not just, like, look like, you know, like, people who actually, like, give a shit about the rest of the world, you know? Why are we not helping the rest of the world? Oh, because we're broke as shit. You know, open up some Excel spreadsheets, you know, run some numbers, like you're good at, right? It's your thing, right? You know how to make money, right? How to make a deal, right? Fix the budget. And then just start helping people, right? Oh, a little triggered. I don't know. I just thought that, I thought the debt was way too high. He's been in office for like 6 years now, right? But, you know, it's the previous administration's fault, you know? Oh, just keep making fucking excuses. Dude, choke on that dick a little harder. Obama fucking loves it. Can you play? I cannot play bass, I'm sorry. Oh, well, I can, but I'm not very good at it. Which is kind of funny, but like, because they're like this almost the same instrument, right? But it's a lot more. It's way bigger, and the strings are weird, and I have like these weird little hands. I have a good friend of mine though that plays bass, and I need to send him a letter because I know he's locked up a little bit. I need to send all my friends letters. It kind of sucked. Oh, what's this? It's like a, you little son of a bitch. Think you're gonna get away from me? That's what I thought. Let me see that and just grab that motherfucker out of the air. It's like a gnat, but like bigger. It's like a big gnat. Gross. Why is that in my basement? I guess it's about that time. I gotta spray everything down. Also gotta get rid of the garbage in my room. I usually don't encourage insecticides, pesticides, stuff like that, but like, bugs are gross, and they gross me out. I hate anything that swarms. It's weird, I don't know. Or centipedes, man, centipedes are like, literally, just...
Now you can generate video into script, create and use generative media directly in your edit with no fuss or clunky workflows, all in one place. Need B-roll? Done. Social clips? Easy. Wild backgrounds?
Did you guys know I'm an Obama fanboy? Like, you might have noticed. In case anybody was wondering. But I support federalism and, state-based power. So I'm kind of like a little bipartisan there, you know? Obviously, lower taxes, and stuff like right to bear arms. We need to not regulate, capitalism, but obviously keep shit like, why aren't we taxing the fuck out of shareholders? What good do they provide? All they do is sit there and bitch about everything. I fucking hate people that complain. Complainers are lame, and they do nothing with their life. And then they just take that money and they spend it on strippers and blow. We should honestly, like, if you have capital that is not being used, you're just sitting on open capital, right? That's potential energy. If you have potential energy in any form, we should tax the fuck out of it, because you're not doing anything with that money anyways. And then we'll create incentives for people who are investing, right? And then we'll do something even crazier, right? And we'll let's just up the ante one more time, right? People who invest and make good investments costs less, right? Be like a sliding scale, right? Because if you have that much money anyway, somebody else is probably doing your taxes. You're already filling out a shitload of forms. What, like, doesn't make a difference, you know? So the average, you know, person with just a W-2 and a house payment, it's whatever, right? I do want to learn more about tax law. I'm really curious. And then obviously stuff like big corporations, right? Let's remove shareholders from decision making, right? You know, because they don't do anything useful. Why is this person constantly reporting to these fuckbags that do nothing? I say we shove Obama's stick down my throat and go get some bitch. Then we take that money, you know, we fix our debt, and then we build more schools and universities and hospitals and stuff like that, right? Or we create, you know, substance abuse programs, you know, rehab, healthcare. What? Is that a thing? Did people forget about that? I didn't forget about it. You know, I have wisdom teeth in my fucking jaw that make my brain go bzzz. And I'm like, man, it'd be really cool if I could, like, do something about this instead of living in a severe amount of pain every single day of my life. But it's not that big of a deal, because I just bite down really hard and it just breaks my teeth and they grow and it's just fine. It's not a big deal, you know? I do what I gotta do, right? Oh no, okay, so I had actual plans for the money that we receive, right? But that's a nuanced discussion for later. I want to jam. I'm sick of talking about politics. And I'm sick of complaining about politics. I'm sitting here complaining, and it doesn't do any good, you know. I didn't vote in the last election, so I don't have anything to talk. But I do plan, you know, on running for office sooner than later. I'd like to announce my candidacy for the House. I think I would be a really good representative, especially for, well, not necessarily for the state of Iowa. I don't know Iowa's, you know, our unique, well, actually I kind of do. Actually, I kind of know Iowa pretty damn well. And I think there's definitely certain sectors and ideas and things we could capitalize on that would, you know, make Iowa shine, because there's a lot of great people here. There's a lot of smart people here. Obviously, agriculture is, you know, pretty much at the top of the list. But then we have stuff like the financial sector, and then things like, there's obviously like retail, service industry, construction too. There's a lot of construction companies about. How do we bring jobs to Iowa, right? Do we need jobs in Iowa? I feel like every place I go literally needs employees. We could do stuff like agricultural development. Not like developing more agriculture, but stuff like the DuPont kelp. Those places, right? We could train engineers and lab technicians and stuff like that, right? And then not just that, but have like a marketing analysis / research development / I'm sure they already do stuff like this, right? But where they like reach out, because I used to work for a place that we would call farmers and ask them about essentially the different strains. Perhaps. I can't remember the exact terminology. We'd ask them what kind of corn they were growing and stuff, what kind of soybeans, whatever, and you know if they liked it or not. And there were surveys. We did surveys, right? Then I also worked for another. Yeah, I think I mentioned this in my last stream, where I go around collecting soil samples to you know, have their fields analyzed. It's crazy to think I have that much experience in the that little sector. I'm excited. what's he really planning, right? Like, what's he really trying to accomplish, you know, or like, who's he really like, or what are his real feelings, Because, you know, I don't know if you've noticed, I'm a little different every time, right? And my personality and my actions, my thoughts, my feelings, you know, are generally representative of the situation I'm in, you know, and the opportunities presented to me. I will probably never make the same decision twice. Why would I? That's dumb. I'm not learning anything. I'm not doing anything different. To learn is to grow. And to grow, I must learn. And to learn, I must do new things. What's he really like the most? You know? How long can he hold out, right? You know, like what's he holding out for? You know, like what's he you know, like I want to know like the bet, you know, or like the gamble that's being played right now. Because I got all the cards in my hand still, you know. I just hope it's like not like malicious, right? There's a lot of ham and cheese in there, I'm sorry. I'm too busy thinking about my joke I made earlier. Well, ham and cheese. It'd be a turkey and Swiss, right? What was I gonna? Okay, it's only. Oh man, do you ever feel like you just spend way too much time doing nothing? And they're like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. I feel like there's something important, but I just hope somebody would like tell me, you know, like, hey Jake, you know, you should be thinking about this, you know, like, hopefully like my thoughts will be like, you know, you ever like remember something out of the blue, you know, and it's just like, how the f- did that happen, right? Like how's that happen, right? Because does the memory like send a like signal and go, hey, remember me, you know, or does like your like subconscious or some bullshit go, oh, like, hey, we're forgetting this, right? You know, because it's like, how the hell would you remember something like out of nowhere, right? It's almost like an intrusive thought per se, because like consciously you're probably like focused on whatever the fuck you're doing, or like running a train of thought, perhaps, you know. But like, let's say like, you know, a week ago, right, I was like, okay, so I gotta remember, you know, a week from right now that I needed to be doing this, right? How would you know that unless like you like, because I don't like constantly like check like this mental checklist in my head, you know, of like stuff I'm supposed to be remembering. It's kind of just like, well, these bills are there and this is then, and I work these days, but like kind of like random weird stuff, right? I can't think of a good one, right? Like my friend Josh's days off, right? Because he'll tell me, and then it's like, it doesn't stay in my brain. I should like just put that shit in my calendar or something, so I know, you know. I don't know. I need to play some Rivals. I haven't played any Rivals lately. Or like I want to grab Modern Warfare 2 and like go hard on that for a little bit, because like, why not? Modern Warfare 2 was like the best game ever made. Looks like we got some haters and some dissenters in the crowd, you know. $200 BPM. Let's see what this is like. That's a little blasty. These are a little. They're not hard. They're just, I don't know what to play. I just don't know like how to play to it very well, you know. I've been well, I was working on like I was doing like 140 to like 180, right? That was like where I was mostly a lot of my drum tracks were sitting at. But then I was like, you know, I should like work on slower tempos, right? Because I don't want to be a lazy musician, you know, and I want to be able to play slower tempos too. Because I could not play a slower tempo. It was weird. It was like, this should be easy, right? I just do the same thing I always do, but just slower. And it's like, it feels weird. It doesn't work out as well as I thought it would, you know? Like, I can't just, like, plug and play, which is crazy, right? It's like, I'm a very talented musician, you know? Probably one of the greatest of all time, you know? But I was like, damn, dude, this, like, 80 BPM track is just, like, you know, like, I can't riff to it. I can't, like, my rhythms are garbage and my melodies are, like, ass, right? And just, it wasn't good, you know? So I started playing slower tempos, right? But, now I've been playing slower tempos too much, and, my shit's all fucked up, and I don't know how to, like, not have my, like, I want to be able to play, like, 200, 150, 150, right? You know? But, like, my ass just gets reamed open. It's weird. I don't like it. Does anybody else deal with that, or is that just me? Don't worry, it's not a big deal. It just sucks. It is what it is. I'm not switching. That's something. I think there's somebody at the door, and he might be together. I'm not sure. Or Robert, or Brock.
sense fast.
Really want- I
Download
need to
now
focus.
and use this
I really need
promo
to tighten
code
up
to
my
get a
chugs a little bit.
sweet head start.
What you want to
I
do
feel
is
like my
save
chugs are a
hundreds
little
with Liberty
loose.
Mutual
They're not really,
customizes your car insurance.
Like you can hear the like hit the G. No, I can't hit the G. Maybe not. There was a guy online, Justin Guitar. I learned all the fundamentals from him. I followed up with some, YouTubers. There's Burnt, and a good friend of mine, Daniel. And then my inspiration came from some players down in Iowa Falls. I really like their style, and I feel like I've really encapsulated it a lot. If not, I just stole other. Well, not really, actually. The riffs I learned from those guys actually were Much different. Can't remember how the other one goes. And then there's the other I can't think of any other ones off the top of my head, but and there's the classic ABRB, not exact, but something like that. And then there's the Texas Fly. Well, a little off, but the big, the big part, you know, is the. It's probably just, you know, it's like old now. You probably need to redo the whole thing. And the wood, you know, it's a custom, you know, and handles. Excuse me. That's a custom. It handles a little rough, you know. You really gotta dial it in. You know. That's amazing. That is amazing. What is the second part to the all metal riffs almost the same. I mean, doesn't like all guitar like the same. There's like a note, right, and you play it. And it's like, is somebody else played that note? Yeah, somebody else has played that note. What about this? What about like? A metal band should just be like screwed. It's damn, that's a. I mean, what's it mean to be a versatile musician, right? You know, is it different styles? Is it different tempos? Is it different genres? Different subgenres, right? You know? Too many blast beats. Then I get blast beats.
Coach presents How to Dress for the Ultimate Friend Date.
For the ultimate friend. Why am I getting this commercial? Am I a chick? I'm not a chick. How do you get confused?
Shop for all occasions at Coach Outlet.
Why was I getting that commercial? Hold on. Can we replay that commercial?
Does your internet bill keep getting higher? That's
Do I
because
look like
typical
a dude
internet
that
deals
wears
are
a Coach
full of
purse
surprises.
and goes out with
At
other
Google
dudes
Fiber,
that have
there's
Coach
no-
purses? Because I probably would, but... You know, that's not really my gig.
Use the code Nemesis to claim the epic Akemta.
Did you know that Walmart Express delivery comes in as fast as an hour?
I'm the greatest all time. You know, I do my best. I'm gonna save the planet. And, I'm gonna play Chugs, you know. Oh, did you guys see my flooring? You know, I wanna get some. Oh, this one right here. Okay. See, this is the next piece of mahogany right here. One solid piece. Solid mahogany. That's fantastic. I love it. I want to like put it on my walls, right? I know it's flooring, but I want to use it for my wall, right? Imagine that. That'd not be hot. That'd be hot as fuck. This board, this is heavy. This is a piece of wood right here. It is thick, it is strong. You cannot dent it. Like, nothing. A little bit, but that's because I was really pressing, but it's just solid wood, hardwood, not a soft wood. Mahogany. Isn't it great? Alright, I don't know why I wanted to bring that up, but I was just enjoying it, you know. So I've been playing Chugs, play a lot of Chugs, you know, me, Jake, play Chugs, go chuggy wuggies. I'm ready to do a quick retune, and then, so here's the other flooring, a little piece, this one too. Oh, my battery's about to die. I don't know, I find it interesting. I find it very fun. And it's like cool. And I'm gonna put it on the cement floor. And I'm gonna stick a drain snake down the drain. I'm gonna make sure the sump, if it ever overflows, goes into the drain, and then it's like whoosh, unless the entire city's flooded. Which will probably never happen again. Because I'm smart. And I know that. I know things like that. How did it even flood in the first place? There's like 2 different rivers. Was the flood even that bad, or was it just in certain parts? I should look up the flood. Because it happened right before I moved here. And I thought it was kind of funny, because right after I moved, Mason flooded. Isn't that silly? How is that even possible? What year was that? What year did... June of 2008. The city's water treatment plant was submerged. That was right before we moved, wasn't it? Because that would have been 17. It had to have been. I was 24. What was I doing when I was 24? I don't not remember that. I was like literally right when we moved back, huh? Because I graduated 2009. That's interesting. I don't remember what happened in 2014. That would have been 24. The record flood. That's incredible. The Great Flood in 93. So is that the same? Wait, how's that possible? Is that the same? I am a little bit of loneliness, a little bit of disregard, and complaints, but I can't help the fact everyone can see these scars. I am what I want you to want, what I want you to feel, but it's like no matter what I do, I can't convince you to just believe this is real. So let go, watching you turn your back like you always do, face away, pretend that I'm not, but I'll be here because you're all that I got. I can't feel the way I did before. Don't turn your back on me, I won't be ignored. Time won't heal this damage anymore. Don't turn your back on me, I won't be ignored. I am a little bit insecure, a little unconfident, because you don't understand. I do what I can. Sometimes it don't make sense. What I want you to want, what I want you to feel, but it's like no matter what I do, I can't convince you to just believe this is real. So I let go, watching you turn your back. This way, pretend that I'm not, but I'll be here because you're all that I got. And I can't feel the way I did before. Don't turn your back on me, I won't be ignored. Time won't heal this damage anymore. Don't turn your back on me, I won't be ignored. Now, hear me out now. You're gonna listen to me like it or not. Right now, hear me out now. You're gonna listen to me like it or not. Right, I can't feel the way I did before. Don't turn your back on me, I won't be ignored. And I can't feel the way I did before. Don't turn your back on me, I won't be ignored. And time won't heal this damage anymore. Don't turn your back on me, I won't be ignored. I can't feel, I won't be ignored, and time won't heal. we're trying to work on something. I don't know. I can't get the. If I could like scream in my basement, I think it'd be alright. But I don't want my aunt like freaking out. It's like, well, who's he screaming for? You know, it's kind of weird, but. Tight today, something inside not right today. Why am I so uptight today? Paranoia is all I got left. I don't know what stressed me first or how the pressure was fed, but I know just what it feels like to have a voice in the back of my head. It's like a face that I hold inside, face that awakes when I close my eyes, face that watches every time I lie, face that laughs every time they fall. It's time to sink or swim with the face inside is hearing me right inside my skin. It's like a paranoid looking over my back. It's like a whirlwind inside of my head. It's like I can't stop what I'm hearing within. It's like the face inside is right beneath my skin. I know I got a face in me, points out all the mistakes in me. You've got a face on the inside too. Your paranoia is probably worse. I don't know what set me off first, but I know what I can't stand. Everybody likes the fact of the matter is I can't add up to what you can, but everybody has a face that they hold inside. Face that wakes when I close my eyes. Face that watches every time I lie. Face that laughs every time they fall. That way it's time to sink or swim. Face inside is touching you too, right inside your skin. Paranoid looking over my back. It's like a whirlwind inside of my head. It's like I can't stop what I'm hearing within. It's like the face inside is right beneath the skin. It's like I'm paranoid looking over my back. It's like a whirlwind inside of my head. It's like I can't stop what I'm hearing within. It's like the face inside is right beneath my skin. The face inside is right beneath your skin. The face inside is right beneath your skin. The face inside is right beneath your skin. The sun goes down. Oh, shit. I feel the light betray me. The sun goes down. I feel the light betray me. It's like I'm paranoid looking over my back. It's like a whirlwind inside of my head. It's like I can't stop what I'm hearing within. It's like the face inside is right beneath the skin. It's like I'm paranoid looking over my back. It's like a whirlwind inside of my head. It's like I can't stop what I'm hearing within. It's like I can't stop what I'm hearing within. It's like the can't stop what I'm hearing within. It's like the face inside is right beneath my skin. I cannot take this anymore. Saying everything I've said before. All these words, they make no sense. I found bliss in ignorance. Nothing here, the less you say. You'll find that out anyway. Just like before. Everything you say to me takes me one step closer to the edge, and I'm about to cry. I need a little room to break, cause I'm one step closer to the edge. Oh, I'm about to cry. Life and the answers aren't so clear. Wish I could find a way to disappear. All these thoughts, they make no sense. I found bliss in ignorance. Nothing seems to go away over and over again. Just like before. Everything you say to me takes me one step closer to the edge, and I'm about to break. I need a little room to break, cause I'm one step closer to the edge. I'm about to break. Everything you say to me, I need a little room to break. I'm about to break. Bum, ba, da, 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 da. Shut up when I'm talking to you. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up when I'm talking to you. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Everything you say to me takes me one step closer to the edge. I need a little room to break, 'cause I'm one step closer to the edge. I'm about to break. Everything you say to me, I need a little room to break, and I'm about to break. Been a dreams day, cold and sad. Put my cold feet on the floor, got all about yesterday. Remembering, pretending to be what I'm not anymore. A little taste of hypocrisy, and I'm left in the wake of the mistakes. Slow to react, close to me. You're still so distant, and I can't bring you back. It's true, the way I feel. What is promised by your face? The sound of your voice painted on my memories. Even if you're not with me, I'm with you. Now I see, keeping everything inside with you. Now I see, even when I close my eyes, hit you and you hit me back. We fall to the floor, the rest of the day stand still, find love between this and that. When things go wrong, I pretend that the past isn't real. I'm trapped in this memory, and I'm left in the wake of the mistakes, slow to react. You know, you're so close to me, you're still so distant, and I can't bring you back. It's true, the way I feel. What is promised by your face? The sound of your voice painted on my memories. Even if you're not with me, I'm with you. Keeping everything inside with you. Even when I close my eyes, you, now I see. Keeping everything inside you, now I see. Even when I close my eyes. Bum 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 ba dun 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 dun. No, no matter how far we come, I can't wait to see tomorrow. No matter how far we come, I can't wait to see tomorrow. Keeping everything inside with you. Even when I close my eyes with you. Now I see. Keeping everything inside with you. Now I see. Even when I close my eyes. Bum bum ba dun 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 bum 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 dun dun dun. Forfeit the game before somebody else takes you out of the frame. Put your name to shame, cover up your face. You can't run this race, the pace is too fast, it just won't last. You love the way I I look at you while taking pleasure in the awful things you put me through. You take away when I give in. My life, my pride is broken. You like to think you're never wrong. You live what you've learned. You have to act like you're someone. You live what you've learned. You want someone to hurt like you. You live what you learn. You want to share what you've been through. You live what you learned. You love the things I say I'll do. The way I hurt myself again just to get back at you. You take away if I give in. My life, my pride is broken. You like to think you're never wrong. You live what you've learned. You have to act like you're someone. You live what you've learned. You want someone to hurt like you. You live what you've learned. And you want to share what you've been through. You live what you forfeit the game before somebody else takes you out of the frame and put your name to shame. Cover up your face. You can't run the race. The pace is too fast. You just won't last. Forfeit the game before somebody else takes you out of the frame and put your name to shame. Cover up your face. You can't run this race. The pace is too fast. You just won't last. You like to think you're never wrong. You live what you've learned. You have to act like you're someone. You live what you've learned. You want someone to hurt like you. You live what you've learned. You want to share what you've been through. You live what you've learned. You live what you've learned. You have to act like you're someone. You live what you've learned. You want someone to hurt like you. You live what you've learned. You want to share what you've been through. You live what you've learned. Confusing what is real. Confusing what is real. Confusing what is real. I should have a monitor. I can't hear myself. Graffiti decoration under a sky of dust. Another wave of tension on top of broken trust. The lessons that you taught me, I learned were never true. Now I find myself in question. They point the finger at me again. Guilty by association. You point the finger at me again. I wanna run away, never say goodbye. I wanna know the truth instead of wondering why. I wanna know the answers. No more lies. I wanna shut the door and open up my mind. Paper bags and angry voices under a sky of dust. Another wave of tension has more than filled me up. All the talk of taking action, these words were never true. Now I find myself in question. They point the finger at me again. Guilty by association. You point the finger at me. I wanna run away, never say goodbye. I wanna know the truth instead of wondering why. I wanna know the answers, no more lies. I wanna shut the door and open up my mind. I'm gonna run away and never say goodbye. I'm gonna run away and open your eyes. I'm gonna run away and open up my mind. I'm gonna run away and never say goodbye. I wanna know the truth instead of wondering why. I wanna know the answers, no more lies. I wanna shut the door and open up my mind. 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 What do I do to ignore them behind me? Do I follow my instincts blindly? Do I hide my pride from these bad dreams and give in to sad thoughts that are maddening? Do I sit here and try to stand it? Or do I try to catch them red-handed? Do I trust nobody and live in loneliness? Or do I trust nobody and live in loneliness? Cause I can't hold on when I'm stretched so thin. I make the right moves but I'm lost within. I put on my daily facade but then I just end up getting hurt again by myself. I ask why, but in my mind I find I can't rely on myself. I ask why, but in my mind I find I can't rely on myself. I can't hold on to what I want when I'm stretched so thin. It's all too much to take in. I can't hold on to anything, watching everything spin. With thoughts of failure sinking in. If I turn my back, I'm defenseless, and to go blindly seems senseless. If I hide my pride and let it all go on, then they'll take from me till everything is gone. If I let them go, I'll be outdone. But if I try to catch them, I'll be outrun. If I'm killed by the questions like a cancer, then I'll be buried in the sun till the answer by myself.
I ask why, but in my mind I find I can't rely on myself. I ask why, but in my mind I find I can't rely on myself, and I can't hold on to what I want when I'm stretched so thin. It's all too much to take in. I can't hold on to anything, watching everything spin, with thoughts of failure sinking in. I've lost so much, I'm so afraid, I'm out of touch. How do you expect I'll know what to do when all I know is what you tell me to? Don't you know I can't tell you how to make it go, no matter what I do, how hard I try. I can't seem to convince myself why I'm stuck on the outside, and don't you know I can't tell you how to make it go. No matter what I do, how hard I try, I can't seem to convince myself why I'm stuck on the outside. I can't hold on to what I want when I'm stretched so thin. It's all too much to take in, and I can't hold on to anything, watching everything spin, with thoughts of failure sinking in. I can't hold on. It's all too much to take in. I can't hold on to anything, watching everything spin, with thoughts of failure sinking in. I feel like I sound like that dude from Family Guy. Hey dudes. It starts with one thing. I don't know why, it doesn't even matter how hard you try. Keep that in mind, I designed this rhyme to explain in due time. All I know, time is a valuable thing. Watch it fly by as the pendulum swings. Watch it count down to the end of the day. The clock takes life away, it's so unreal. I didn't look out below, watch the time go right out the window. Trying to hold on, I didn't even know I wasted it all just to watch you go. I kept everything inside, and even though I tried, it all fell apart. And what it meant to me will eventually be a memory of a time I tried so hard and got so far. But in the end, it doesn't even matter. I had to fall to lose it all. But in the end, it doesn't even matter. One thing, I don't know why. It doesn't even matter how hard you try. Keep that in mind, I designed this rhyme to remind myself how I tried so hard. That's part of the way you were mocking me, acting like I was part of your property. Remembering all the times you fought with me, I'm surprised it got so. Things aren't the way they were before. You wouldn't even recognize me anymore. Not that she knew me back then, but it all comes back to me in the end. It all fell apart. What it meant to me will eventually be a memory of the time I tried so hard and got so far. But in the end, it doesn't even matter. I had to fall to lose it all. But in the end, it doesn't even matter. I put my trust in you. I push that as far as I can go. For all this, there's only one thing you should know. I put my trust in you. I push that as far as I can go. For all this, there's only one thing you should know. I tried so hard, got so far, but in the end, it doesn't even matter. I had to fall to lose it all. But in the end, it doesn't even matter. Dun, 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 dun. I watch how the moon sits in the sky in a dark night, shining with the light from the sun, but the sun doesn't give the light to the moon, assuming the moon's gonna owe it one. It makes me think of how you act to me, you do favors that rap with me, you just turn around and start asking me about things that you want back from me. I'm sick of the tension, sick of the hunger, sick of you acting like I owe you this. Find another place to feed your greed, while I find a place to rest. I wanna be in another place, I hate when you say you don't understand. I wanna be in the energy, not with the enemy, a place from my head. Maybe someday I'll be just like you and step on people like you do. Run away, all the people I thought I knew. I remember back then who you were. You used to be calm, used to be strong, used to be generous, but you should have known that you wear out your welcome, and now you see how quiet it is all alone. I'm so sick of the tension, sick of the hunger, sick of you acting like I owe you this. Find another place to feed your greed while I find a place to rest. I'm so sick of the attention, sick of the hunger, sick of you acting like I owe you this. Find another place to feed your greed while I find a place to rest. I wanna be in another place, I hate when you say you don't understand. I wanna be in the energy, not with the enemy, a place from my head. You try to take the best of me, go away, you. Try to take the best of me, go away, you. Try to take the best of me, go away, you. Try to take the best of me, go away, you. Try to take the best of me, go away, you. Try to take the best of me, go away, you. Try to take the best of me, go away, you. Try to take the best of me, go away. I wanna be in another place, I hate when you say you don't understand. I wanna be in the energy, not with the enemy, a place from my head. I'm so sick of the attention, sick of the hunger, sick of you acting like I owe you this. Find another place to feed your greed while I find a place to rest. I'm so sick of the attention, sick of the hunger, sick of you acting like I owe you this. Find another place to feed your greed while I find a place to rest. From the top to the bottom, bottom to the top, I stop at the core and forgotten in the middle. My thoughts taken far from my safety, the picture's there. The memory won't escape me, but why should I care? From the top to the bottom, bottom to the top, I stop at the core and forgotten in the middle. My thoughts taken far from my safety, the picture's there. The memory won't escape me, but why should I care? So dark you can't see the end, skies caught back shock, and we can't defend the rain, then says dripping. A city questions forcefully the power of suggestion. Then with the eyes shut, looking through the rust and rotten dust, a small spot of light floods the floor and pours over the rusted world that pretends that the eyes ease open and it's dark again. From the top to the bottom, bottom to the top, I stop at the core and forgotten in the middle of my thoughts, taken far from my safety, the picture's there. The memory won't escape me, but why should I care? In the memory you'll find me, eyes burning up, the darkness holding me tightly, until the sun rises up. Moving all around, screaming at the ups and downs. Perpetual sound, the wheels go round, and the sunset streets behind street lamps, chain link concrete, a little piece of paper with a picture drawn, floats on down the street until the wind is gone, and the memory now is like the picture was then. When the paper's crumpled up, it can't be perfect again. From the top to the bottom, bottom to the top, I stop at the core and forgotten in the middle of my thoughts, taken far from my safety, the picture's there. The memory won't escape me, but why should I care? From the top to the bottom, bottom to the top, I stop at the core and forgotten in the middle of my thoughts, taken far from my safety. The picture's there, the memory won't escape me, but why should I care? In the memory bum 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 bum. Banana. Sorry. Guys like my yo-yo. Oh shit! Fucked it up. I've lied to you the same way that I always do. This is the last time I'll tell fake for the sake of being with you. Everything falls apart, never round, eventually break. The sacrifice of hiding in a lie. Time left to watch it all on the sacrifice is never knowing why I never walked away and why I play myself this way. Now I see you're testing me, pushes me away, and why I never walked away, why I play myself this way. Now I see you're testing me, pushes me away. I've tried like you to do everything you wanted to. This is the last time I'll take the blame for the sake of being with you. Everything falls apart, never round, eventually break down. The sacrifice of hiding in a lie. Too fine, we're out of time left to watch it all unwind. The sacrifice is never knowing why I never walked away and why I play myself this way. And now I see you're testing me, pushes me away. Why I never walked away and why I play myself this way. Now I see you're testing me, pushes me away. Pushes me away. Sacrifices, never knowing why I never walked away and why I play myself this way. And now I see you're testing me, pushes me away, and why I never walked away, why I play myself this way. Now I see you're testing me, pushes me away. We're all out of time, left to try to find how it all unwinds. The sacrifice is never knowing why I never walked away and why I play myself this way. And now I see you're testing me, pushes me away. I was practicing a different, the 20th edition anniversary. I forgot that that the live set list was a lot different than Hybrid Theory. I wanted to do a different one, so I was a little weak, so I apologize. I've been listening to the second disc of the 20th anniversary, I believe. I think it's pretty amazing. I enjoyed it a lot. I listened to it like all the fucking time. Actually, let's do a few more. nothing to say. I get lost in the nothingness inside of me. I was confused and I was all out to find that I'm not the only person with these things in mind. The words revealed is the only real thing that I got left to feel. Nothing to lose, just stuck, hollow and alone. And the fault is my own, and the fault is my own. And I wanna heal, I wanna feel what I thought was never real. I wanna let go of the pain I felt so long. Erase all the pain till it's gone. I wanna heal, I wanna feel like I'm close to something real. I wanna find something I wanted all along. Somewhere I belong, and I've got nothing to say. I can't believe I didn't fall right down on my face. I was confused, looking everywhere, only to find that it's not the way I had imagined it. All in my mind is out of have the negativity, cause I can't justify the way everyone is looking at me. Nothing to lose, nothing to gain, hollow and alone. And the fault is my own, and the fault is my own. I wanna heal, I wanna feel like the thought was never real. I wanna let go of the pain I felt so long. Erase all the pain till it's gone. I wanna heal, I wanna feel like I'm close to something real. I wanna find something I wanted all along. Somewhere I belong, and I will never know myself until I do this on my own. And I will never feel anything else until my wounds are healed. And I will never be anything till I break away from me. And I will break away, I'll find myself today. I wanna heal, I wanna feel what I thought was never real. I wanna let go of the pain I felt so long. Erase all the pain till it's gone. I wanna heal, I wanna feel something real. I wanna find something I wanted all along. Somewhere I belong. I wanna heal, I wanna feel like I'm somewhere I belong. I wanna heal, I wanna feel like I'm somewhere I belong. Bum, bum. Somewhere I belong. Weird thing with my arms where I'm like swaying back and forth.
Thank you.
Bum, 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 bum.
You ready? Alright, let's do this, people, come on!
I pretend everything is what I want it to be. I look exactly like what you had always wanted to see. When I pretend I can forget about the criminal I am, stealing second after second just cause I know I can. But I can't pretend this is the way it'll stay. I'm just trying to bend the truth. I can't pretend I'm who you want me to be, so I'm lying my way from you. No turning back. I don't wanna be pushed aside, so let me go. No turning back now. Let me take back my life. I'd rather be on my own. No turning back now, anywhere on my own. Cause I can say the very worst part of you is me. And I remember when they talked to me. Remember condescending talk of who I ought to be. Remember listening to all of that and this again. So I pretended I'm a person who was fitting in. And now you think this person really is me. And I'm trying to bend the truth. I can't push no more, I'm pulling away. Cause I'm lying my way from you. I don't wanna be pushed aside, so let me go and take back my life. I'd rather be on my own. No turning back now, anywhere on my own. Cause I can say no. The very worst part of you. The very worst part of you. That's right. I never thought that what I said would have you running from me like this. This isn't what I wanted to be. I never thought that what I said would have you running from me like this. I never thought that what I said would have you running from me like this. This isn't what I wanted to be. I never thought that what I said would have you running from me like this. I'm not turning back. I don't wanna be pushed aside, so let me go. Let me take back my life. I'd rather be on my own. No turning back now. Anywhere on my own, 'cause I can say the very worst part of you. The very worst part of you is me.
Thank you! You guys are looking good today! This song is called Fate.
A little bit of loneliness, a little bit of disregard, handful of complaints, but I can't help the fact that everyone can see these scars. What I want you to want, what I want you to feel, but it's like no matter what I do, I can't convince you to just believe this is real. So I let go, watching you turn your back like you always do. 'Cause you're all that I got. I can't feel the way I did before. Don't turn your back on me. I won't be ignored in time. Won't heal this damage anymore. Don't turn your back on me. I won't be ignored. A little bit insecure, a little unconfident, 'cause you don't understand. I do what I can, sometimes it don't make sense. I am what you never wanted to say, but I've never had a doubt. It's like no matter what I do, I can't convince you for once just to hear me out. So I let go, watching you turn your back like you always do. Face away, pretend that I'm not, but I'll be here 'cause you're all that I got. And I can't feel the way I did before. Don't turn your back on me. I won't be ignored in time. Won't heal this damage anymore. Don't turn your back on me. I won't be ignored. No! Hear me out now. You're gonna listen to me like it or not. Right now. Hear me out now. You're gonna listen to me like it or not. Right, I can't feel the way I did before. Don't turn your back on me. I won't be ignored. I can't feel the way I did before. Don't turn your back on me. I won't be ignored in time. Won't heal this damage anymore. Don't turn your back on me. I won't be ignored. I can't feel back on me. I won't be ignored in time. Won't heal. Don't turn your back on me. I won't be ignored. Oh no. Oh no, sorry. My carpet's being a grungy carpeter. Sorry. Is it okay? Should be fine. All right. It's kind of hot here. Should open the window 1 second.
My legs are really sore. I didn't even ride my bike today. This used to be like a kendo stick, right? But I broke it. And that kind of just looks like a cross. It's my favorite thing to swing about when I'm practicing karaoke, right? Glasses are being weird. I was on my fucking hat. I had a headache. What's going on? Am I out of water? Did I not drink enough water? I'm probably hungry. I guess I haven't eaten since I got home. What time is it? 10:25? Oh. Oh. Ugh. It's kind of weird. It happened like right when I sat down. It was because my ring light was like blasting my face into a billion pieces. I feel better. My glasses are dirty. My hat's doing it again. Don't look at my head. I don't like the top of my head for some reason. Lately it's been bothering me. I don't know what it is. I feel like my forehead got bigger or something. Hey, what's up? How are you today?
I'm doing pretty well, thanks for asking. Just here, ready to help with whatever you need. How about you? What's going on?
Nothing much. I just finished up some guitar and karaoke practice.
Oh, nice. Working on any particular songs or genres? That sounds like a great way to spend some time.
Nothing in particular, just the usual, excuse me, drum tracks and some Linkin Park, which isn't really even part of my karaoke set list, but I wanted to do something a little different.
Yeah, switching it up is always good. Drum tracks and Linkin Park have a lot of energy, so that must be fun to play around with. Are you thinking of adding more complex parts on guitar, or maybe trying some different vocal styles?
You know, I'm kind of, I don't know. I feel like I've been smoking cigarettes for like 10 years now, and I feel like my voice isn't quite the same as it used to be. And then I also can't, there's certain parts that I can't, like, especially the screaming parts, that are a little bit difficult for me to perform because I live in my aunt's basement. I don't want my aunt freaking out because, you know, she's upstairs and be like, yeah, why is Jake screaming in the basement? It's like, I'm just singing songs. You know, but, you know, and then, I've been trying to work on some, like, falsettos nonsense, but I just sound like the guy from Family Guy.
It sounds like you're juggling a lot of different things with your voice and practice space. Maybe focusing on some vocal techniques to protect your throat, or looking for songs with less demanding parts that still sound cool could help you keep going without straining things. And yeah, the Family Guy voice thing definitely paints a picture. Are there specific singers you'd like to model your falsetto after? Just so you're not hitting those high notes like Peter Griffin?
No, not really. I just, don't want to sound like like a cartoon character, right? Or like Mickey Mouse. I don't know. It's, either sound like Mickey Mouse or that old dude in Family Guy. Or, or it's really, or I just actually hit a really good note, but, you know, I guess it's just practice, right? What was I thinking? I wanted to do vocab today. Give me some words that are, can be used to describe a situation that are a little more, you know, underutilized in today's society.
I can help with that. Instead of saying something is just bad, you might use words like deplorable or egregious, which mean really awful. Or for something that appears true but might not be, you could use specious, When something happens by chance in a good way, you could call it fortuitous. And for something that only lasts a short time, how about ephemeral? Are there any of those that jump out to you, or do you want some more examples?
What were those words again?
Sure, they were deplorable or egregious for something really bad, specious for something that looks right but isn't, fortuitous for a lucky chance, and ephemeral when something is temporary. Do you want to try using one in a sentence?
Use specious and ephemeral in the same sentence.
That argument was specious, offering an ephemeral solution that quickly fell apart. How's that?
What's ephemeral mean again?
Ephemeral means something that lasts for only a very short time, like a flower blooming for a day.
Short lasting. Alright, give me that sentence again.
Sure, here it is. That argument was specious, offering an ephemeral solution that quickly fell apart. Want to try coming up with your own example now?
Oh shit. Okay. Give me a second.
No problem. Take your time. No pressure at all.
So something short lasting. What doesn't last very long?
Exactly.
A firework?
Something that's fleeting, like how those drum tracks can hit hard, but then the sound fades away. That's ephemeral. Can you think of something else that lasts a short time?
I'm not lacking in performance, you know. I do not lack performance ability. I do like specious, though. Specious. It looks right, but isn't. So, like, an apple that has a bug on the inside, right? You bite into it, and then you're like, oh, gross, there's this bug in here, what the fuck? What else could be, deplorable and egregious are pretty easy. I've known those words for a while. There was one other one. What was the third one? A deplorable, egregious, specious, ephemeral, and, fortuitous. Fortuitous. Is a word I've used before already, I don't know. Good luck. You know, she didn't really give me any examples of situations, did you? I guess she did, yeah. Was it a girl? Is it a guy? Does gender count? Do they have gender? Does it care? I want more cake. There was cake at work today, and it was really good. I just, like, literally just grabbed a handful of it and stuffed it in my mouth, and I was like, you know, this cake's really enjoyable. I enjoy cake. I think it's delicious. I could eat lots of cake. I gotta do my laundry. I need to get more than, like, 4 hours of fucking sleep today. Trying to do my Genshin dailies. I should see if my friends want to play some rifles real quick. I need to do my laundry, go to bed. I'm fucking tired. Ugh. I got one more, 9:30 to 4:30-ish tomorrow, and then I got the next 2 days off after that. I don't know what my plans are yet. I've been mad, I've been really mad, because I'm waiting. I'm not very patient. I'm not patient. Why would I be patient after 10 fucking years? How could I be patient, it's supposed to be like, you know, like how do we fuck this up, right? It's like we're literally. It's like literally impossible, right? So I'm gonna, you know, I'm gonna watch my mouth because I'm just being grouchy and I'm really like anxious and nervous and worried I'm doing something wrong. But it's like, you know, nobody has any fucking advice. Nobody's, you know, if I talk to people about it, cognitive dissonance sets in, and it just, like, shuts everything down. And even if I can blow through reality and shatter every fucking fourth wall, or break my own mental to hand somebody a fucking note, it just doesn't make a difference. So I do worry. I do worry greatly. You've been here before. My history is a great teacher, and I very rarely make the same mistake twice. You know, it's a long season. You know, it's a long season. I'm just getting anxious, right? Because it's like I'm the best player and I'm not on the field. So it's tough. I want to win. I don't want to lose. I don't like losing. At anything, in general. You know, I'm not the same person I was 10 years ago. I've learned, I've grown, I've changed. Like I said earlier, you know, my composition of my personality is very much based on environmental factors, external stimuli, you know, stress, you know, my current objective, my current goals, and, you know, essentially the things around me, very much environmental and situational. And like I said earlier, I very rarely do the same thing twice. Why would I do that? I want to learn something new. You should always be learning new stuff. The only way you learn new stuff is by doing new stuff. So therefore, you're a new person, you know? And it gets really tough because people can't keep up at all. And I can't really, like, stop, you know? This is who I am, this is what I do. So I hope I can, you know, let me know what I can do to help. Because I'll do anything. I'm the greatest all time, you know, I'm a team player. This captain goes down with the ship. But, you know, expecting me to be the same, or, like, revert, or, like, why isn't he this or that, or, like, why is he this and this, and, or where's he at, or what the fuck's going on? It's like, you know, keep your head on a swivel, and, you know, like, don't worry too much. It's not like a mosh pit, it's just like dodgeball. Dip, dive, dodge, and duck. And watch out for intrusive thoughts, you know, think well of everybody, think well of your teammates, you know, don't be negative, always be positive. You know, if you start, you know, falling apart, you gotta, like, tell somebody, or, like, send up a signal flare or something, you know, because I can't see you, or hear you, or feel you, even, honestly. I don't know where my feelings went, but they're completely fucking gone. So it's just like a thought, you know, that's all it is. It's a fucking thought to me, and, it's really tough, because I think a lot. And, while my subconscious is very good at filtering out the noise and picking out important stuff, very rarely does it come through in, you know, your voice, right? It's like a message being passed along every time, throughout the network, right? The collective unconscious, per se, however you want to view it, look at it, I don't know. Yet again, if you don't have Gemini or ChatGPT, I believe recently updated some of their psychology and philosophy ideals. You know, ask it, how do I ask a question regarding X, Y, or Z? these are the problems I'm dealing with. How do I face them? Because I had to ask it why every time, I like avoidance, approach conflict, cognitive dissonance. What's the other big one? There's another big one. Humans can send and receive data. Boom, boom, there you go. All is one, all life is connected. Electromagnetic radiation. Fucking Holy Spirit. What's another word for it? Telepathic ability, right? Try not to think too hard about it. It makes it a little more difficult. The best thing to do is Gemini. Philosophy, psychology, fantasy themes. All is one. All life is connected, hypnosis, tribal dancing, social hierarchy, social tendencies, behaviors, neurology, if you really want to get into it, understanding neurons, and how, electricity can create magnets, copper wire, electricity, electromagnet creates a magnetic field, which can send or receive waves. But the big thing is your body is comprised of water, and water can be affected by electromagnetic radiation. I don't know, I'm nowhere near falling apart like I was a couple years ago. Actually, at this point, it's almost impossible because I have literally figured everything fucking out. If you are freaking out, go to the hospital. Tell them you're hearing voices. You're dealing with psychosis, and you can't control yourself emotionally. You're dealing with a lot of intrusive thoughts. You may hurt yourself or other people. And you're not comfortable, and you need some anti-psych meds, probably as soon as possible. Yeah, I've dealt with this my entire life. It wasn't until I kind of got opped a little bit, that I fell apart and got arrested, right? But I'll never get near that point because if for whatever reason my, if your emotions are like a pressure, have a pressure relief valve, right? Because that was the only thing that happened. I got overly emotional and I eventually just broke. Your prefrontal cortex can only prevent so much of your limbic system from firing off, and then when your amygdala goes boom, it's like a game over. But you can, if that ever happens again, I'm just gonna walk up to the hospital and be like, yeah, knock me up, spend a week or two in the hospital, and then I'm good to go. But at this point, it's really clear, like I said recently, my mind is incredibly tranquil and serene, and I do not feel any sort of negativity, quite frankly. I know everybody is with it, everybody I know I've ever talked to pretty much understands right away. It's like these people I've never met, and they can't comprehend, and they do know, they just they're just having a tough time, and I want to help them through it, but I don't know how. But, I'm not giving up. I'm not anywhere near giving up. I could do this for fucking years on end, like I have done, for the last 10, so. And this time, I don't know, I can actually, it's kind of funny to think I've never met somebody who doesn't like me. Fucking ever. I went to 8 different schools. I've, worked in quite a few places, but I've never once had somebody think negatively of me, you know, personally attack me, personally, like, defamation, and then, like, propaganda, you know, convince everybody that I'm some, like, sort of weird jackass, and it's like, And I should have been, like, more cautious, you know, because, like, I like myself. You know, sometimes I put a target on my back, so I'm kind of, like, really arrogant, and I kind of just expect people to, like, do things or listen to me. Not that I ever ask for anything, and I never take advantage of anything, ever. I've never once taken advantage of a situation, or a person, or myself, even, quite frankly. I find that deplorable, egregious behavior. And when you do that, it's a very specious effect that is quite ephemeral. If you guys were paying attention to vocab, what that means is taking advantage is bad, and it looks right, but it isn't, and it's very short-lasting. So when you take advantage of something, you generally only get that reward once, because you didn't earn it, right? You know, like, unless you can keep faking it, right? Maybe you keep faking it. Maybe you're a good faker, you know, you're a great liar. I'm not a good liar. I cannot lie for anything. People know when I'm lying. So I don't, ever, unless I absolutely fucking have to lie to, you know, prevent something, or, you know, for survival. But when you take advantage of a situation, the reward you're getting is generally pretty ephemeral, because you're going to smoke that bag, and then you're going to be out, and then you can't go rip the same dude off again, you know? What was my next thought? I know I probably sound like a little out there, but it's really, you know, is it really that, like, difficult to believe? I know there's no, like, empirical or quantifiable data. Oh, wait, yeah, there is. It's like she's in my head. Mind reading, Farsight, scrying, future sight, looking in a mirror, tarot cards, astrology, the zodiac, Chinese zodiac, spirits, ghosts, possession, voodoo doll, black magic, witch doctor, ritual, blout, any form of religion, mysticism, spirituality, mind's eye, third eye. Throughout all fucking history, right? I don't think it's too hard to figure out. Catch you on the flip side. Jake Evans, signing out.